This video is for anyone looking to balance the game of Scythe, whether you play in person, around your table, online, or both. Now, it's no slight to the game, but Scythe has some balance issues. Factions like Rusviet and Crimea tend to be the most successful and the strongest factions, while Albion and Tagawa tend to suffer and fall behind. If that has not been your experience, if each faction at your table tends to win about the same amount, hit that watch later button and come back to this video. But if that has been your experience, and you're a little tired of Rusviet and Crimea dominating every game, then bidding, the process we're about to go over, is for you. So what do I mean by bidding? What is bidding? Well, in most games, you're going to generate random faction mat combinations and assign them to players randomly. Bidding switches that up. It gives players a chance to try to get certain faction mat combinations themselves. Let's imagine a two-player game for a second where Crimea Industrial and Polani Engineering are the combination. Well, if you and I are playing, I might bid $10 on Crimea Industrial. You may think that's too steep for me and go in 0 on Polani Engineering. Well, if my final score with Crimea Industrial is 70, then my real score after the 10 coin bid is subtracted is 60. Whereas with Polani Engineering, if you scored 61 with your bid of 0 subtracted, you still have 61 coins and you win the game. See, the bidding reflects my belief that I can beat you with Crimea Industrial and I can beat you by 10 coins or more. Your bid of 0 on Polani Engineering reflects the belief that you can come within 10 coins of my final score with an admittedly weaker combination. So that's how bidding works and what it is at its essence. So how do you go about bidding on a game? Well, good news, there's a streamlined and easy process that you can use from a computer or around the table with your mobile phones. Let's get into it. Here we have the fan-created Scythe Bidding App. Let me tell you, this app is absolutely amazing and easy to use. You can use it on your laptop for an online game, or if you're getting together in person for a game around the table, each player can pull this app up on their mobile phone. The link is going to be down in the description, so make sure you save it in a place where you can easily share it with the people you play with. So how do we use this app? The first thing we're going to do, you see at the top where it says Welcome FOMOF. Well, let me log out for a second and show you what it looks like before you've logged in. Go ahead and put in your name or something that will allow the other players to easily identify you and hit confirm. Then you'll have a chance to make a room. Well, how do you choose what type of room to make? We can go with base, IFA, high tier, or low tier. Well, this question mark next to game setting is a helpful reference to see what these individually mean. The base includes the base game, the 5 default faction and mat options. IFA adds invaders from afar. High tier removes Albion, Tagawa, the agricultural and engineering mats, often viewed as the weakest factions and the weakest mats. The low tier setting, on the other hand, removes Rusviet Crimea, often viewed as the most powerful factions, and the innovative and militant mats, often viewed as the most powerful mats. So those are your options when creating a game and selecting a number of players. Now that we've selected a number of players, let's go ahead and create the room. As you can see, after I press create, it says no players yet. I'll go ahead and hit join. It shows me in the room right there, the game type, and now 2 of 4 players. Got a friend who joined just then, waiting on 2 others. Now that all 4 players have joined the room, the play button populates. We just hit the play button, and here are the combos. The first thing you need to know is that the combos are arranged in order of turn order. That is, Albion Industrial will go first, and Saxony Patriotic will go last. The players on the left here also have turns to bid in player order. The way this basically works is that once every single combination on the board has a bid, the bidding ends. So right now, Crimea Innovative is at 17 coins. if you want to get an idea of what weak and strong combos are, I'm going to link to another resource in the description below, and that's this tier list. This was created by a group of very experienced players and rates every combination in the game from SS being the best to F being the worst. This is a good place to start. Take it with a grain of salt, because what matters the most is not what the objectively strongest combos are, or which combos are the strongest in competitive play, but which combinations are the strongest at your table in your group. But it's at belovedpacifist.com/tiers. It's going to be linked in the description below, and it's a good place to start, and it's a good thing to check your bets against, just to make sure you aren't throwing down a whole lot of coin on something that's not that strong. So let's get back to the bid here. For me, Innovative is already at 17. That's an incredibly strong combination, but also very expensive. So I'm going to come in here on Saxony Patriotic at 0. So now that I've outbid Saxony Patriotic at 0, it goes back to AM Morning, who outbids me. Now it goes to Poser LX, who doesn't have a bid on the board currently. So I'm going to go ahead and stay on Saxony Patriotic because I think it's the best deal on the table. Now that we have 3 different players on 3 different combinations, it's Avi's turn again. And once Avi outbids somebody, it goes back to, in this case, AM Morning, because she had bid 0 on Nordic Mechanical. So essentially, now that we've all bid, whoever gets bumped or outbid off a combination, it's going to be their turn next. So now it's back to me because Avi outbid me on Saxony Patriotic. So normally I would probably wait for these bids to go a little bit higher, but I'm going to go ahead and end the bidding and put $0 on Albion Industrial. And this is what it looks like when the auction ends. So at this point, it's pretty simple. You can copy to clipboard if you're on the computer and paste anywhere you like. If you're doing this on your phone, you can take a screenshot of these results, or you can just write it down so that you have them available to you at the end of the match. And that's really all there is to it. The app takes care of the turn order. The app lets you know who's going next, and you just have to follow the steps. If you're playing around the table or on Tabletop Simulator, you're done. This is all you have to do. When the game ends, take these numbers you see in front of you and subtract them from the in-game points and go from there. The winner is the one who's still ahead after everything has been subtracted. However, if you're playing on the digital edition, I'm going to show you the settings we use when we're setting up a digital edition game. So you go into Create, you select Play and Go. We recommend Play and Go strongly because desync issues can happen. There's nothing like getting halfway through a game and having someone desync from the game and having to start the whole thing over and not play it at all. If you disconnect from a Play and Go game, a bot does not take over, so you can come back and resume the game where you were. So we're going to select Normal, put Invaders from Afar on if we're using Invaders from Afar. We put ourselves at the number of players. 1 day is the minimum amount of time you can assign. Mat choices is the important thing. We make sure we have this checked. And then select private game so you don't have to boot people that you're not wanting to play with. Then it's just invite the people in the lobby that you're playing with. In this case, Avid Meyer, AM Morning, and third one is I'm looking for Poser LX right here. Once we get everyone in the lobby, we wait for them each individually to hit ready. We press Start Selecting Mats. At this point, the game gives us a random order to pick our faction and mats in. It doesn't really matter what the order is because we all know what we're playing at this point. And it gives a 60-second countdown for each. Avid selects Saxony Patriotic, which is what he won during the bid. Poser comes in with Nordic Mechanical. AM Morning put the highest price on Crimea Innovative. So that's what she's going to select. And I'm going to wait until her pick is locked in so you can see exactly how the pick works. Because this This throws some people for a loop. These little arrows to the left and right of where it says random are how you pick. What did we have? Albion Industrial. We hit ready. That's all there is to it. We hit the start button since we're the host, and we're off to the races. There you have it. That's all there is to bidding. Now, I say that once you start bidding, there's the question of how much are individual combinations worth? What are you willing to bid on combinations? And what do you expect your neighbors to bid on combination? There can be mind games of when you think someone will go higher, not wanting particular players to have certain combinations or factions. The list goes on and on. Bidding is fun. Bidding is like its own mini game, and it's something players get better with over time, just like the game of Scythe itself. I hope it's something you enjoy. I hope you incorporate it into your online games and your in-person games. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.